Okay, so today I am going to show you how to change the production mode and switch over and fail over. Okay, so first we need to start up the listener on both machine. Now start up the database in this machine. Okay, so if you want to do switch over, then standby redo log file, you need to create the standby redo log file. On standby machine, you need to create the standby redo log file and as well as on primary database. So what is standby redo log file? If you create the standby redo log file, then the redo log will be received automatically through the network services, log network services, and it will be applied to the online redo log file, and then it will be applied to the it will receive to the that log will be written to the standby redo log file on the standby machine, and then it will apply directly from the standby redo log file. But if you don't have a standby redo log file here, first it has to archive in this machine, then it will be applied. Okay, and for maximum production mode, we need the standby redo log file. Without a standby redo log file, you cannot keep the database in maximum production mode, because the log has to be shipped immediately before the transition commit. Log has to be shipped immediately. So if the standby redo log file is there in this machine, then only it will work. Otherwise, it won't work. So you need to create the standby redo log file. Okay, so start up the database in the mount mode. Okay, so before adding the standby redo log file, stop sending the log file from this machine. So alter database, alter system, set log archive dest to equal to debug. System log archive paste state equal to okay. So I'm going to stop sending the log file. So log file is not being sent. Now we need to add the standby log file. So before adding the standby log file, first you need to check the size of the log file. You have to use the same size. So how to check? Select bytes from $log. We have three groups. Then you have to add at least three groups or more than three. Okay, so it's recommended to add four groups. Okay, so now here we are going to add the standby redo log file. So we have group. How many groups we have? Three groups we have. Select group number from $log. So we have 1 2 3 group. I am going to add 4 5 6. And we are using 50 MB. We are using disk 2. Okay, so we have added the standby redo log file. 3 groups we have added. Now enable this log archive. Equal to enable. Set immediate. Startup no mount. Alter database mount standby database. Now is alter database recover managed standby database disconnect from session. Disconnect. What is spelling disconnect? Okay, now how to check if the standby log file is being used or not. So we have view $v standby log. So select the group number, status from $v standby log. So you can see here standby log is active, right? Now I am going to change the protection mode. So how to check the protection mode? If you want to check the protection mode, so select protection mode from $v database. So protection mode is maximum performance. This is the default. Okay, now I want to change to the maximum protection. So maximum performance is the default. So we have added the standby redo log file, and now we have to change the parameter file log archive dest to that should be sync and affirm. So first check the status, show parameter, log archive dest to. So log writer async. Okay, confirmation is not required, right? But if you are changing the protection mode from max performance to max protection, then you have to use the sync and affirm. So change the parameter, order system set, Okay, so now the value has been changed. Now change the protection mode using alter system set standby database to maximize protection. Okay, so database must be mounted. So shut down the database and open the database with mount mode. Startup mount. Now change the protection mode. Now open the database. Okay, so now your database in the maximum standby database in the maximum performance, maximum protection mode. So select protection mode from $3 database. You can see what is the status of the standby database. Your database in maximum protection mode, right? Now again I am changing to maximum availability. How to change to the maximum availability mode? So if you want to change to the maximum availability, then it has to be sync and affirm, but you have to mention the net timeout. Okay, if there is some network delay for 30 seconds, then it will reopen after 300 seconds. This is a net timeout. Okay, and it will try to open the standby database after 300 seconds, after 5 minutes. Try to send the log after 5 minutes. So you can set the network timeout for maximum availability. Service equal to 2. Okay, now maximum protection. I'm going to change the log shipping method.
parameter scaling.
Show parameter. Okay.
Still it's wrong.
Here, meter. Okay, so the value has been changed. Now we can change the mode. Okay, if your database in the maximum protection mode, if you shut down the database, this machine also will be shut down. Okay, if you want, you can check it. So first check it. So change the production mode and check it. So again I have changed it to the parameter has been changed and select protection mode. It's maximum protection. Means if something happened to this database, if this database is shut down, shut immediate it is not possible. This database has been shut down, shut about. You cannot do anything. Here also you cannot do anything. If the database is shut down, this machine also will get shut down. You can see here. We are not able to connect with any user. And once you make it on, then only it will work. Startup, no more. Okay, so you can see here, not able to log in with the Scott user. Alter database, mount, standby database. List. Now you can see here, you have connected with the Scott user. Okay, you are making, if the database is applying the log, then you can see here, now you can connect with the Scott user, right? So this is a maximum protection mode. Now I want to change it to the maximum availability mode. Okay, so change the parameter, log archive dash to parameter. Okay. Now shut immediate. Startup mode and change the mode. Alter database, set standby database to maximize frame portability. Okay, so now your database is in maximum availability mode. Now open the database. Now database is opened. Now check the mode. Select protection mode from $V database. Now the database is in maximum availability mode. Okay. Now again I am changing to the maximum performance mode. So if you are changing to maximum performance mode, then this is async and no outcome. Now shut immediate. Shut immediate and startup mount and maximize performance. Select protection mode from $V database maximum performance. Okay. So this is how you can change the protection mode. Okay. Now I'm going to do switch over and failover. So we have to add the standby log file on this machine also. Shut immediate startup mount Okay, I am going to add the standby redo log file. So group 456 already we have. I am going to add 6 4 5 6 7 8 9. And location is the disk 1. Prod. This is disk 1. Okay, so here what we have to do? Here you have to start the log shipping method from this machine to that machine. I have disabled it, right? Vehicle home. So this one we have to enable log archive dash 2, because we need to send the log from this machine to that machine. We have to make it enable log archive dash 2 service to not std. We have to send to prod log writer sync, and database unique name is prod. We need to send it to the prod. Now save this file, and here also we'll check in the parameter file. Show parameter call client to std by 1. So parameter call server is to prod call client. Here you have to add the call server to std by 1, not to prod. Because this machine had to request the log from this machine at the time of switchover. So alter system set call server equal to 2 std by 1, scope equal to both, and alter system set call client equal to 2 prod, scope equal to both, not check show parameter call client to prod and show parameter call server to std by 1. Okay, export oracle sid equal to std by 1, create sp file from p file and startup no mount alter database mount standby database, check the synchronization, archive log list and archive log list. Okay, alter database, recover managed standby database, disconnect from session. Now I am going to change the uh, role, database role. So how to check this database is in which role, primary or standby, and what is the switch over status. So select database role, open mode, switch over status from $, database. So you can see here the database role is physical standby, and you open with the mount mode, and switch over status is not allowed. Why? Because still this database is up and running, primary database is up and running, so switch over status will not be allowed. Now we'll check the same thing here. Switch over, now this database is primary, open with mount mode. Okay, so we have opened the database, open, still we have not opened. Now check, what happened?
Mosh, you are muted.
Sorry.
You are mute. I can't able to hear your voice.
Hello.
Yeah, now it's fine.
Okay, now you can see here. You can switch over this primary database to standby database, right? And this database you cannot switch over. First, you have to switch the primary database. Then only you can switch this standby to primary. So in this machine, it won't be. It showed not allowed. It will show not allowed. Okay, so I'm going to do switch over. So here I'm going to switch over, alter database, commit to switch over to physical standby. Now see the status here. Now you can switch over to primary, right? Because this database has been switched over to standby. Now you can shut down this database. Shut down. Okay, shut down. Now switch over this database to primary. So alter database, commit to switch over to physical primary. Alter database, commit to switch over to. Now select the database role and open mode. Okay, so now this database is primary, right? Now open the database, alter database, open. Now this is primary and read write mode. Now come to this machine and we'll open the database as a standby database. So startup, no mount, and alter database, mount a standby database. Okay. Okay, so we have mounted the standby database. Now recover the database. Alter database. Recover managed standby database. Disconnect from session. Now check the status. Select open mode database role from v dollar database. Select open mode. Now this is a physical standby, right? And switch over status is not allowed here, and here it's allowed. Session active. Switch over status. Okay, so now you can switch over this primary. This is now primary database. Now this database you can switch over to standby database. Okay. Now I will show you the failover. So for failover, you can see here this is the standby database, and switch over status is not allowed, you can see, right? But if this database is down, first we have to make this database primary, then only switchover is allowed. Now suppose that this is crashed, this machine is crashed, power of this machine, this is primary, right? Primary is crashed. Then how you can change this database to a standby? Sorry, primary. This is standby. So switchover status is not allowed here. But how to change? So this is this is the failover. So you have to shut down the database. Shut immediate. Okay, no, this is not shut down. Alter database. Recover. Managed standby database. Finish. You have to complete the recovery process. Alter database, recover, manage standby database, finish. We don't need more recovery. We have to finish the recovery because this machine is down, this system is crashed, primary is crashed, so you have to finish the recovery process. Now you can change this database to primary database. You can see here, now you can change this database to primary. So now change, alter database, commit to switch over to physical primary. Alter database, now open the database. Now check the status. Okay, so now this is the primary database, right? There is no standby database. So this is the switch over, the failover. Okay, this is the failover mechanism. Okay, so tomorrow I will show you active data guard setup and snapshot standby database. I will show you tomorrow.